Hello friends of animation, and welcome back to my series Honest Real Reviews. There are many different types of animators in the world working on different styles of animation, and this is fantastic because otherwise we wouldn't get these cool games or these awesome kids TV shows to watch with our kids or the commercials. But if your dream is to work on the big Hollywood movies, maybe this channel is for you. Here I try to give you some advice how I, as an animation supervisor, look at the animations and the applicants and try to give you some advice and help. Today we have a really interesting gentleman from Mumbai to look at, Sankeerna Yadugurus, currently working as animation supervisor and CGI lead at Spicy Media in Mumbai. I like this small picture where he outlines briefly what shots we can expect in his reel. You will find Sankeerna Yadugurus' LinkedIn page below in the description. I would say let's jump into his reel and have a look.
It's gonna sound crazy, but I lost my chi. This evil dude drained it out of me.
You did what you could with power you didn't earn. Now
Good. Interesting reel. Not totally what I expected based on his experience and title, but a decent reel with nice animations on there. Now, two things up front before we go into the animation itself. Presentation wise on this reel, I don't see any way how to contact him. Like email, homepage, something how to contact you if you like it. It's also not wrong to do the contact things in the end again. Then I really like the music, it got me grooving. The only thing about this music which annoyed me was that the music was quite loud when I had lip sync. You dial the music down a bit here.
It's gonna sound crazy, but I lost my chi. This evil dude
And
drained
now
it out of me.
the music
you did what you could with power you didn't earn.
gets louder and louder and covers what they are saying here, so I can't judge the lip sync. One other shot which stood out for me a bit was Puss in Boots. While I love Puss in Boots, that one feels so out of context for me. I have no clue what happened. It looks funny, but I have no clue why on earth he is going. What happens to him? Is there like an invisible ghost dragging him up and throwing him back down? And it's often just hard to judge an animation when you don't have when the context is not obvious. And then we see him getting dragged up here. I wish there would be a bit more bend and overlap. Could be still on the floor, like, oh, getting dragged up like that. I also don't really feel where he is getting dragged from. So I just think this could be an invisible a ghost or whatever, or a demon inside. I don't know what happens. It's easier understandable and easier to animate if you think about where he would be, here the center would be, where he is grabbed or pushed or whatever. So imagine it would be here, a big hand, awesome hand, arm, doesn't matter. Then you can, when you have this origin, then you can overlap the legs, for example, and have a bit of bounce and the jitter. You know better what this butt is doing when we establish that this is the part where we drag it from on him. So when I imagine I'm getting dragged with the face against something, the face do something this, right? And here it just looks like a like a drag and reaction really to the environment here. When we just watch the head here, how the head pops up in this frame from here to here, and then just really stays there in frame, and then suddenly rotates, isolated just a bit, or rotates here, and it stops rotating, and then it rotates a bit towards the camera. And this is just too many single rotations instead of one smooth arc coming down. It's too broken up for my taste. That's all. But I also know on these shows you don't have much time to animate a shot, so I don't know how much time was left to polish everything. I just see the final outcome, and that's then my judgment, right? Kung Fu Panda. I love Kung Fu Panda. I'm a really big fan of that one. I think the cut doesn't work. How he comes up here, from his leg still being here, is made too easy. There's no stepping up when he goes up. There should be a step or something like this, and this is just a rotation from the base. It's a bit too easy. It's just caught my eye there. Also, how his belly here just rotates into the earth. I probably would have gone for the other direction to rotate the belly a bit like in this direction. So this lifts already a bit up here. So we have a bit of that shape. His arms here are completely locked. And before you get up, maybe you can just add some and then pushing up to anticipate something in this area happening here. I really like the facials though, and the lip sync works quite well for me. When I look at these things, I look at the timing. Is a story point hit? Is your comedic timing working? Because this is a skill for itself. Delivering comedic timing, have the sense of comedic timing. It's not easy. The most important thing, if you have little time, is getting the story point and the timing right. The things that should happen to tell the story. That's the most important thing. Everything else is additional. What I like this here, I don't know what she's saying and I don't know the context, so I really can't judge. If you hit the timing in that shot, the pose looks fine. And this works really well, I think. The first shot here, the tiger dragging his prey up the tree. It's quite nice. Now where it falls apart, the shot, I think, is when he throws it down here. Bam. How this lands, well, how this interpenetrates in this tree here. But also it feels a bit weightless when the monkey hits the tree there. Maybe an arm could be in front so it doesn't fall down. Like if the arm would hang in front of the tree, then probably more believable that it doesn't slide down and fall down. So when we look at this clip here, but he has way more struggle, obviously. It's a bit bigger as well, and he really carefully evaluates if it will hold before he lets go of it. he just doesn't throw it there. See, and it will fall down. If you can see, the legs are on the left side. And he really tries to figure out now how he can make a zebra stick there. The end here is just made too simple. The animation itself is quite nice. What I miss is a bit the finger animation here, the clawing, because right now it looks like he's just putting his hand against a tree and there's no grab there. Now the owl. The owl looks really cartoony. Owls are the silent predators, the elegant flyers who doesn't make a noise when they fly. And this looks a bit like a clunky fat owl, which is kind of funny. I really like Bollywood movies. They're also over the top. It's great. The bull looks really nice animated. This looks realistic. This looks cool. This animation here, can't complain there. Not so loud. The bull looks realistic. There's a great job there. Maybe you have more shots of the bull to put in? I don't know. Jaguar here. Leopard. It's pretty nice, but of course there's a but. The steps feel a bit fast, and it's the moment from this silhouette here, and then you inverse the silhouette here. And this pops for me a bit when I watch that. The spread once the paws on the ground, it feels more like a random wiggle than a solid and a spread. See how individual all this toe goes up here, and they all just move a bit independently, which is a bit contrary to solid contact there, especially when he's on the tree and he wants to claw his paws into the tree to get a hold on. The body dynamics is really nice here. I really like this pose. That's pretty cool. The jump is really cool. The jump down really works well, and the last jump as well. What I also think really worked is the tail animation, because leopards really use their tail for balance a lot, like left, right, and actively for keeping the balance, and especially when that chases. It's really cool animated here, I think. Great job there. The whole animation is really nice in overall. Really works well. So this last shot is quite nice. All the body dynamics are there. The stride works quite well. I like the small detail in the shoulders when you settle the arm here and the shoulders come up then, and the result, this is quite nice. It's lovely detail there. But then you jump off. I really miss the anticipation in there. Now, lions hardly have anticipation because they don't want to give away their approach. But you could have done something, I think, in their head to lead a bit, to go with the head up and jump off. There we go. And trace the butt here. And then we can clearly see what my issue was. The acceleration is really linear in the beginning. This curve here, there's no acceleration in there. You go to a certain speed in the first 4 frames and then you keep that speed. He needs to accelerate into this whole thing. There's such a powerful moment missing here of the weight of the lions going forward. All this run is quite nice. When we look at the left arm here, I think this arm doesn't work. I think we would need this arm support to get us the direction change we need. So I see the direction change happened, and now you're quite straight again here, and then all the limbs fly out. So it's that. We need this lean here. And interesting also is they stay leaned into the curve until they're out of the curve, right? Obviously, as I ride a bike. And all this run here, see here this direction change again, your body is leaning to the left, and then suddenly in the air you go to the right. Also what I'm a bit missing is the leading head here. The head is quite one level. Awesome, cool. So to sum up, I think your reel is nice. I'm missing a few things like the email addresses or the contact information in the beginning and the end. You show a great understanding of physicality and animation knowledge in general. Your animation is great. You have some nice timing. But I want to question some of your choices you did in the reel of the shots you choose. For example, Puss the cat, when it gets dragged up the ladder, the stairs there, just felt a bit out of context. I didn't understand the shot, while I also think the shot isn't that greatly animated. There's lots of dynamics missing. Your creature animation is quite nice. Everything can always be improved somehow, so don't get me wrong there. And I also took this for education, to just show what could be improved in my opinion. It's also still nice to put reference in the top corner. It's not a must, don't get me wrong there, but I like it if people do this on personal work, so I can see what they use, what they based on, and how they transferred what they see in this reference to the final result, to the final animation. Because I don't really want to see a copy of reality, then I can just watch a tiger. I want to see how you take that animation, this reference, and make it and use this to elevate your animation. Because animation should be greater than life, but should be based on reality. Thank you so much for joining. I hope we all had an educational time here. Don't feel discouraged in my detailed review. I just want to help you guys to get better, to also to understand what I'm looking at and how I look at animation. So maybe that you can get something away with this and put some of these things I talked about, put it into your animation now and improve your reel, or rethink your reel. The shots you put in your reel, is a shot out of context? Should I provide a shot before and after, which you didn't animate, but just to tell the story of your shot, to not have it out of context. But please write down that you didn't animate the shots you didn't animate. Don't take credit for things you haven't done yourself. Just right. And I really hope to see you next time, where we review more reels. And don't forget to send me your reels, drop me a like, subscribe, and write me in the comments what do you think I can improve. Write me in the comments everything. You're real. With this, thank you. Have a fantastic day. Stay strong and stay healthy. Bye. Thank you.